Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All right, we're back with you. Hope everybody's doing good. And, hey, we have got a real treat. I know we got a lot of followers of John Prine, the late, great John Prine. But, hey, we have got Tommy Prine. The young man is his son that is in the music business now and on with us. Good morning. How are you, brother?
Oh, doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, I'm glad to do it, man. Absolutely. And I'm glad to hear that you're actually carrying the Prine name on. You've got a new album that's not been released, the way I understand it, right?
Yeah, it's not out yet, but I'm getting very, very close to being able to announce a release date, which I'm very excited about. So,
well, I keep digging it up. I keep looking on the YouTube and Facebook and seeing what the deal is on that. But now you actually, I mean, you know, of course, your dad is John Prine. We love him, and like I said, our condolences to him, to you and the family, because I know everybody. You know, when he passed away, I know you lost a father, but you know, we lost a great man too, going on with that. But now you've actually been playing music since what, 10, 11 years old?
Yeah, man, I've been playing guitar for like a really long time. It took me a while to start singing and all that stuff. I probably started singing when I was like a teenager. But yeah, when I was a kid, I thought that's what adults did. I thought you like picked an instrument and then like learned it and played it for people. So I was like, oh, I better start now. So I started playing when I was quite young.
So let me ask you something. When you first started playing, was you doing like Stairway to Heaven like everybody else? And your dad say,
100%. Yeah.
Go to your room.
I was in Guitar Center, like trying to do like the Van Halen, like, tap solo thing. You know what I mean? Like all that, like Nirvana. You know.
Yeah. Go to your room. Yeah. Never come out and put that guitar up. I don't ever want to hear that again. But
yeah, their first mistake was buying me an amp.
Yeah. Well, that beats drums. I can tell you that. Yeah, it beats drums all the pieces. So anyway. Yeah. But now, another thing here, I understand that you recently just got married.
Yes, I did. Yeah, on June 4th, I got married.
Well, my condolences, man. I mean, congratulations. No, man, that's great. I don't know, man. You know, you're in the music business now with marriage. It's going to be a rough road to hoe, but you'll be all right. She seemed like a real sweet girl.
Definitely. Yeah, she's been amazing and super supportive. And really, I mean, when I started like taking this thing seriously, it was a big conversation we had where she was just like, I feel like you need to do this.
Right.
And I got your back 100% of the way. So yeah, she's been amazing.
But we've had a lot of different people on that their parents was in the music business. We've had Georgette Jones, which is George Jones and Tammy Wynette's daughter. We've had Dean Miller. We've had all these people on. And, you know, I think it's harder for people, you know, just like you, Tommy Prine, coming out, because a lot of folks that listen to your dad, they want you to be your dad. And I'm not like that. I like, you're kind of blazing your own trail, which is great. I mean, I just think it's wonderful you're doing your own thing. But have you coming in any kind of static, like when you're doing you know, like live gigs and stuff like that, people wanted you to do your dad's songs?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not dumb enough to think that like right out of the gate, I'm selling tickets for people to hear songs that they've never heard before. You know what I mean? I know people are coming because of my name, but I make it my mission every show to convince people that, like, you know, my songs are worth your time.
Right.
And I really put like all of me into these, and I really think that you'll appreciate them. You know, it's definitely not like the same kind of songs that my dad would write. I mean, I'm sure you could probably pick up a one or two things that I got from him, you know, just like writing songs. But you know, I think initially people are kind of probably expecting it to be like a John Prine Jr. thing, but it couldn't be further from that. And I'm just really excited to be able to have the opportunity to like show my music to people, and you know, people have been liking it so far, so I'm blessed for that.
Well, and you know, they'd have to be some influences with your dad. I mean, how to somebody like him to, you know, kind of coach you in with your songwriting, because songwriting is something that goes, I feel like you develop. I mean, you've got it, but then you kind of have to develop it over the years. But I mean, it'd be great to have like your dad to critique some of the stuff you got. But then you, like you say, you live your own life, you do your own thing, and you got your own thing to say. And that, you know, I think that's really cool. So, but I mean, I'm sure you wrote some songs, and your dad and other people say, man, that song's terrible.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, the only way to write a good song is to like get through like 1,000 really bad ones.
Yeah.
You know, like when I was going into the studio to record my debut record, I had like a whole bunch of songs put together, and I was like, man, these are definitely going to be on the record. I'm so excited to lay these down. And then I got with my producers, Gina Johnson and Russ and Kelly, and I played them for them, and they were like, Yeah, like those are like, oh, that one is fine. I was like, what about the other 20? And they were like, let's like keep writing. And I was like, oh, I got a lot of work to do, you know. But I'm glad that I wrote like basically all new ones for the record, because I really think that it's a good representation of where I was and where I've been. And I've definitely been working really hard since then. So my next record will hopefully be even better. But
Yeah. Folks, we're talking to Tommy Prine. Go to TommyPrine.com. You need to follow this young man. Like I said, he's got a new album that's not even been released. We're ahead of the curve on this, that he's worked hard on. But now, you know, I've kind of studied up on you a little bit, some of the stuff. Now, you actually had quite a few songs to choose from to go on this album. How many? But you ended up with how many songs out of how many did you have to choose from?
oh man, I couldn't tell you. I mean, I'd say out of like the ones that I was picking through initially, it was probably upwards of like 50 or 60, and then I just wrote like a whole nother probably 30 or 40 of them, and then picked the best 11 of the new ones, and then those made it on the record. And I've been writing like crazy ever since. It was literally like a month or two
Right.
after I finished the record that I had like 5 of them that I was like, oh, I wish I wrote these like 8 months ago, you know. But yeah, I mean, I've been writing for a long time, and I've only been picking it up more and more since.
Well, that's the thing, you know, you kind of have to be in the mindset of that, you know. We talk to a lot of singers, a lot of songwriters. I love songwriters. I mean, even when if I hear somebody singing a song, I always try to find out who wrote it. And, we've had Anthony Smith and all these others on, but you kind of have to have your mind set in songwriting. And it's like, a lot of them goes around, they got a little pad that they got and they hear something, they write it down. Do you do that kind of stuff, or does it just kind of come natural, or?
Honestly, I'm pretty unorthodox in that way. I like hardly write down my songs. I just like, I have a horrible memory for everything else in life, but I can remember all the lyrics that I make up.
Right.
So I usually write the song in my head and like out loud, and then just kind of like make changes to it when I feel like it, and then I'm done and I just memorize it. And then it's like several weeks later where I'm like, I should probably write this down, you know?
Right. I mean,
like I'll go into a write, and people like have their journals and they're like, where's yours? And I'm like, I can't work like that. Like I can't stop and like write down a line or scratch it out or something. I'm just kind of like flow of consciousness kind of writing, and then just kind of remember the ones that I like. So,
but, there's some people, like I say, they just can write a song down just like writing a letter. I don't see how it's done. And I've wrote a few songs, but they're terrible, so I don't let nobody listen to them. I wrote one. I live down here in Georgia, next county over, the Deliverance. I'm sure you've seen Deliverance with Burt Reynolds, the movie. It was,
yep. Oh yeah.
It was actually shot in the next county over, and I wrote this song.
Oh whoa.
I wrote this song. I thought it'd be a real hit. It's about dating your cousin, but it didn't go over good at all, man.
It didn't land. Yeah.
No, I couldn't get anybody who won't cut that. I don't understand, man. But
yeah.
So now, do you co-write with a lot of people?
Yeah, I co-write not like a lot, but I write mainly by myself. But a couple of the songs on the record I co-wrote with one of my producers, Russ and Kelly. And then I met some kids around Nashville. This one kid, Matt Mulhair, is really good, and I co-write with him. One of the songs on YouTube I co-wrote with him called Ain't Felt Like Me in a While.
That's a cool song.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, he's a good writer too, man. He's near my age, and he writes kind of more like up the kind of like country sort of style, where it's like I don't really write country, so it's really interesting when we get together and we kind of like meet in the middle and make something interesting. So,
well, your style is kind of like, I mean, I don't know, Americana, but more kind of I don't know, it's not really folk, but it's kind of country folk. Where do you place your? I mean, it's hard to. I hate to pigeonhole somebody with their genre.
No, it's fine. That's been a really interesting part of starting all this. Like talking just with like labels and stuff like that, where like they need to hone it down to a genre,
right?
And like this isn't like it could fit in Americana, but also like not really. So I think I'm kind of landing somewhere in the alternative space where I can really do whatever. Like I do my finger picking folk kind of stuff. I have some rock songs. I have some like straight up kind of Americana sort of like indie songs. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to develop over time, but on the record, there's like 3 distinct kind of sounds that I think at least everyone is going to find like a couple on the record they're really going to like, so.
See, I like that about that. There's some artists out there, the whole album sounds like it's the same song, they just change the words. But I like it when it
Right.
mixes it up and gets some rock in there and folk and this kind of stuff. But no, I don't
No
know.
doubt. Yeah, it definitely gets pretty loud at certain points, so I think people will like it. Yeah.
That's one thing about getting signed to a label. They want to tone it down. They want you to do what they want to do, pigeonhole you into a certain genre. And I think that's one of the things,
Yeah.
like, if you can build up your own audience where you can do what you want to do, and then you can be Tommy Prine. And
Absolutely.
yeah, I think that's a big thing. TommyPrine.com. Y'all go check him out and definitely follow Tommy, because he's got a lot of stuff. And I can't wait to hear this album. Now, I think you did the thing with Tails and L's with Paul Thorne. Is that one of the songs that you wrote for your wife? Is that going to be on the album, or is?
Yeah. That one is going to be on the album. It's called "I Love You Always."
Who wrote it about his wife? Newlywed. Yeah. Golly, man, newlywed, new album coming out. You got life by the horns right now, brother.
I do, man. Yeah, there's a lot of good things on my plate, but it's still a lot. I'm just taking it day by day.
Yeah, but it's hard work. I mean, of course, I know you've probably been on the road a lot with your family. It's a hard road to hoe, man. People don't realize how hard it is. I mean, you're getting into this. You know what you're getting into. I mean, you sure this is what you want to do?
Yeah, 100%. I think part of it is obviously like my passion for it, but the other side of it is that I don't have a plan B. Like I don't know what else I would do. So like my only option is to like give it my all. And I think that's what you have to do when you're choosing the artist path, is like you got to lay it all down on the line, or else you have no shot. So.
Yeah. Well, I think you got a lot going for you, man. Especially to me, one of the main things in the business is personality, and you seem just like a good, down to earth person, and that means a lot. Yeah, that means a lot out there. And you're a heck of a songwriter. I mean, I've listened to some of the stuff that you got on YouTube and this, that, and the other, and it can only get better. And any way that we can help you whatsoever, like I said, y'all go to TommyPrine.com and. I don't know when the new album's coming out, but he's got love songs about his wife, and then of course John Prine was his father, and everybody knows his music. So, and has anybody ever asked you what's your favorite song your dad wrote? I mean, is that something that you can actually pinpoint?
I'm not really. I mean, my answer to that is always that it just kind of changes, like kind of wherever I am in life, I mean, as of late, for some reason, the late John Garfield blues has been like really resonating with me. So sometimes I'll throw that in my live sets. But yeah, it changes. I remember like the first song when I was a kid was like Fish and Whistle.
Oh yeah.
And then when I was a teenager, it's that a cappella Diamonds in the Rough song I think at the end of the record. That was like really blew me away. And I mean, his catalog is pretty insane.
Yeah,
he was pretty good at what he did. So I have a lot of favorite songs. Yeah.
I like the half a enchilada. That's the one I like. Half a enchilada.
yeah. That's everyone's favorite for a good reason.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, but anybody knows John Prine, they know what we're saying when we say it's a half an enchilada. But anyway, that's got to be great.
I actually got a shirt from one of his fans made it, and it's like a tie-dye shirt with like glitter glue, and they'd put like a picture of an enchilada that's smiling with a hat on it, and it says like "I'm a happy enchilada." It's too small for me now, but I kept it.
Yeah, that'll work. So now are you touring now? Are you out on the road?
Yes, I am. And Friday I'm going to announce a bunch more shows, but I have a bunch on my website. I'm going to California June 20th, and I'm playing in Santa Cruz, Berkeley, Novato, and Laytonville. From the 21st to the 27th, and then I go to Mariposa Folk Festival in Canada on July 8th, and I have a whole bunch of more shows I'm announcing very soon. So
let me ask you this: we got anything down south with us and Georgia boys and North Carolina, Tennessee, that area?
Yeah, keep your eyes and ears peeled in 2 days, and you'll get your good answer.
All right, well that's it, man. I guarantee, folks. We're talking to Tommy Prine, TommyPrine.com. Y'all go check him out. When you get. I'm going to look in a couple of days when it comes out and see when you're coming down this way. I definitely want to get you back on and promote some of this stuff, because there's a lot of venues.
I'd love to. I appreciate that.
We're kind of in the middle of everything. I mean, we're in the middle of Chattanooga, Atlanta, Asheville, Greenville. So we're all so we can help you out a lot with that. And like I said, anytime to send me an email, let me know what's going on, and I'll be more than happy to put you on and see if we can't help you out. And folks, like I said, TommyPrine.com. Go check him out. Sweet kid. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say kid. You're a grown man, but you're 20. What are you, 26?
I'm 26. Yeah, I'll be 27 in October.
Yeah, you're still just a baby in my book, man. I guarantee you. But,
That's all right.
Yeah, that's all right. And
I'm
congratulations.
feeling kind of old, so you can call me a kid.
There you go.
Makes me feel better.
And you got a beautiful wife. Congratulations to that. And
thank you, man. Appreciate
this album, can't wait to hear that. So anyway, I appreciate your time, man.
Hey, thank you, Stephen. Thank you so much.
All right, you take care. Thank you for spending a little time with us. And remember, you can tune in every morning at WJULradio.com at 8 a.m. Eastern. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, The Morning Dish.